cause I'm about to let loose the beast. Ha! Hear ye, all you asshole MCs. It's time to blow one. Captain ass crack. If you want protection, play the rear. No man in this world I fear. My sound beats down for your protection. I advise you wear headgear. I spilled the beans on Bruce Wayne, known as Batman. Ain't no crusader, just your average white man. Who me? I'm Black Man. More superhero than Letterman. I just like humans to beat this shit, removing the S to the back. And somehow I still make hits. Don't you look around, I leave you thinking like the space between an asshole and clitoris on the video. Shit, you fight so many styles, it's not hard to believe. Your captain's Alibaba and you. One of the 40 thieves, trying mocking, trying to reach my levels like peas when storm creates obese monstrous mechanisms like these. I've been around and seen a lot of MCs get wrecked from my there's no competition. I've been around and seen a lot of MCs get wrecked from a lack of respect because there is no competition. I've been around and seen a lot of MCs get wrecked from a lack of respect because there is no competition. There is no competition. Competition is none. God bless the child who sparks it off like the sun. Ha! You don't understand. I be black man changing like a chameleon. I work every bit of 6 million. MC rotisserie, they call me the colonel. From spirit to death, downfalls and funerals. I do you stunt MCs like Knievel with my evil. Ask my lord, he broke the mold and may be the unbeatable. I am the shepherd of the lambs. Clary's with father veins in the nice candy, crumbling kingdoms. That had the rulers resort to ruling shanties. Bringing Jerusalem in the twos, I'm Noah. In the ring, I do him Apollo Creed. Ivan drag off the Balboa, constricting lines around neck, stopping breath, foot on neck. He can't breathe, Pierre, bring on tombstones in soft soil. You can't beat, it ain't much. Ask any GI, I'm the builder, gets them caught up in the clutch. There's no survivors when they fuck around with the do or die. Oh my god, this organization is I've been around and seen a lot of MCs get wrecked from a lack of respect because there is no competition. I've been around and seen a lot of MCs get wrecked from a lack of respect because of no competition. I've been around and seen a lot of MCs get wrecked because there is no competition. There is no competition. Competition is none. God bless the child who sparks it off like the sun. I clash like the Titans, keep them harder than the Dragons. Stole by the head of Medusa. Beat this maneuver. Styles of grains of challenges like the industrial Hoover. I get them open like butt cheeks on a porno freak. Have them screaming something terrible like sorority grease. I be the greatest killer of all times. Must I get about to leave KO who counts longer than Rip Van Winkle. The clashes play like Cassius Hinkle. I land on them seas like abandoned islands. Sending out SOS, some old shit you ain't heard before. I hit homers and run like OJ, spilling a Bronco on the highway. Boy, you lying MCs sure are dandy, so I cross-pollinate to make you daffy lying pussy. Wallowing in a field of crabgrass ass rappers, tell them to run, oh my god. Here comes Gye-Nyame.
But they're true to their ways. We could have saved more if they knew they were slaves or truly engaged. But they're true to their ways. We could have saved more if they knew they were slaves were truly engaged. But they're true to their ways. Sin popped the cherry and begat a damnation. Involuntary emancipation. Man, I'm just pacing. Amidst the man I'm facing. I kept my standing station. Big give standing ovation. Yes. We didn't ask for this shit. Let me spit. In a way, the movement lost its way when it lost Che with the aid of U.S. Green Beret. 10-9-6-7, the execution day. I exhumed Che. From the throat, I spit notes of guerrilla warfare. Feel the source here, even the score here. 40 acres in a tool, and we're pushing for more shares. When Bush brings a leak, I'm checking for force there. And we we address this effing mess, we will arrest this contest and we invest progress. Must sweat, but let the regrets to attest. Involuntary emancipation. See, we could have saved more, but they didn't know they were slaves. I don't even think they cared that they were slaves. Could have saved more if they knew they were slaves, were truly engaged. But see, they're true to their ways. Involuntary emancipation. I must confess sadly, whether it's the next tragedy or maybe next year or perhaps just the next year, I said I must
women, but the most important goddesses were black, not just for the African now in the civilization of the Greek. The Greek was so profoundly affected by the Africans that the goddess of chastity was a black woman, Artemis. The goddess of wisdom was a black woman, Minerva. The goddess of beauty was a black woman, Diana. And many of their great mythological figures which were critical to the vision of history, the history of the Greeks in the Odyssey. The woman who draws, who has the power to draw Odysseus and all his crew into her, is Circe, who is represented as a black woman with African features on the Greek vases. The woman who helps Jason win the Golden Fleece is a black woman, Medea. The woman who marries Perseus, the Greek hero, is
question too. It can be on the record, off the record. It can be on the record. I heard Bob Johnson said he's talking to the higher powers, I guess the government, about our reparations. And I guess the numbers that they come up with were about 3. Name is Saul here in Ngozi, Northern Light Shopping Center. You want more than just a nice cut? Good conversation, good vibe, good music. Come see me at 3512 Cleveland.
I am a genius. My ancestors were geniuses. My ancestors have made me a genius in all that I think, say, and do. I must declare myself a genius. I am a genius. Whenever I am myself, I practice my geniusness and do great things. All my thoughts, choices, and deeds must express my geniusness.
I am a genius. My decisions must always be in the best interest of myself, my family, my people, and my God. Only then will I and everyone I know that I am a genius.
I am a genius. At all times, my geniusness must reflect my culture. My geniusness must serve my God. My geniusness must make me be one in love and harmony with my family. My geniusness must protect my people. Yes, at all times I must demonstrate excellence because I am a
The African Heritage Diet consists of 6 lessons. Lessons where we reach back to our African heritage to find culturally appropriate health and wellness practices that help us to move forward as a people that are whole in mind, body, and spirit. Lesson 1 is herbs and spices. Lesson 2 are greens. Greens is the widest part in the base of the African Heritage Diet food pyramid. So many greens should be consumed. And as you move up the pyramid, those are the things that you consume in lesser proportionate amounts. Whole grains, lesson 3. Beans and rice, lesson 4. Tubers and mashes, lesson 5. Lesson 6. Fruits, vegetables, and a healthy lifestyle.
To have melanin embedded in our skin is a gift.
Oh my gosh, when I say too black, you say too strong. Too black? Too strong? Yeah.
We were born to be great.
Oh my gosh, when I say too black, you say too strong. Too black?
We were born to be great.
What is a lion without his pride? What is a whale without his pod? What is a monkey without his troop? What is a wolf without his pack? The answer is very simple. They are the same thing that a human being is without a tribe. Pray.
Oh, it's time to just laugh, family. It's time for us to get started. I'm so excited. Sitting up here, Kid Magic Rock. Shouts out. Here we go. Drink your water. Come on, drink your water, but first, take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Take it. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Drink, 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 drink. Or should I say, breathe, breathe, then drink. Take a breath. Take a breath. Take your Grab your glass for some water.
Grab your glass.
Lift your pitcher of that water.
Or bottle.
Get that pitcher of that water. Simply pour some water. Drink, 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 drink.
Drink your
or should
water.
I say, lift, pour, then drink. Now move your body and drink some water.
Move your body.
Move your body and drink some water.
Move your body.
Move your body and drink some water. Fam, just move your body. Drink, 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 drink.
Drink your
or should
water.
I say, move, then drink.
Move your body. Move your body.
Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors, fam. Just raise your glass. Drink, 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 drink.
Drink your
or should
water.
I say, raise, toast, then drink. Take your breath and drink some water.
Take your breath.
Lift and pour yourself some water.
Pour.
Move your body, drink some water.
Move it.
Raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Breathe, lift, move, toast. But remember to stay healthy. Remember the four pillars. Breathe, drink, eat, move. Drink half your weight in ounces.
Eat a culturally appropriate diet.
Behave. Take your breath.
Come on.
Lift and pour.
You can do it.
Move your body.
Come on. Come on.
Toast your ancestors. Drink up.
Come on. Drink it. Drink it. Drink it. Come on. You can do it. Come on. Drink it. Lift it. Drink it. Come on. Drink that health in.
Drink, 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 drink.
Drink your water.
Take your breath.
Take your breath. Take your breath.
Lift and pour.
Lift it.
Move your body.
Come on. Come on.
Toast your ancestors. Drink, 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 drink. Drink your water. Drink, 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 drink.
Come on. Come on.
Drink your water. Take your breath. Lift and pour.
Come on, pour it.
Move your body.
Move.
Toast your ancestors. Drink, 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 drink.
What?
Drink your water. Drink, 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 drink. Drink your water. Family, 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 family. Great day to you. Let's make sure we got everything up and running. We are up on Spreaker. Yay. Yep. We are streaming out live. Yay. Make sure everything is straight on Restream.io. We streaming out. Yeah, we streaming out to all destinations. Let's see. It appears that we are streaming out to all of our destinations. Oh, what a glorious and beautiful day. You know, family, I want to say great day to you. I want to thank everybody, you know, for tuning in. Whether you tune in live or whether you tune in later. I know y'all like, Brother High Tip, the commercials is getting on, but, you know, I'm just trying to let people know what we could do here at Gye-Nyame Journey as far as helping you with your media platform as well. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, family, last night, you know, came to a realization that it's business. I'm sitting up here like, good God Almighty. Look, I'm trying to budget my stuff now, and I'm sitting up here like, because we're in the midst of moving. Shouts out to Brother Kwame. Great morning to you as well. Good sir. Thank you for joining us. Shouts out to all the Daily Toasters that's out there. So let's get right into pouring these libations. Or like as we say, we're doing this toast, lifting up this glass for these ancestors.
and celebrate them on a daily basis as we do here at Gye-Nyame Journey Media. Once again, just letting y'all know things are gonna start changing. Over the next couple of weeks, we're not gonna have the big baby chair anymore. We're gonna move to a different chair. We're gonna move to a different location. We got to break out. And let me say this, because like I said, I was coming down on apartment complex, right? And I got a call the other day from the apartment complex. And so the manager called, and I answered the phone, and it was a sister. I said, "What? You calling from where?" Yeah, and so she like, I'm noticing that you've been paying higher rent, and if y'all want to stay, you could stay. We bring the rent back down. I just wish you would have talked to me. I said, "When did you come in?" She said, "Well, I didn't start till March." So, and I started talking to her, and I said, "Listen, like I said, if it was a possibility that if we would have, got some type of leeway or something, it's a possibility that we might have stayed, but we already are committed." And so she said, "Listen, next time you have any issues in any place, you should always ask for the manager." And I was assuming that I spoke to the manager. You know what I'm saying? It never occurred to me, but she was right. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, yo, she said, I said, "Well, baby, you got here just a little bit too late, but let me tell you something. During this time right now, it will be real good for you to call a lot of your other reps." She said, "Listen, you're the third person that I done called in a row that told me the same thing about the rent going up during this time, and I'm going to call all of my residents and personally introduce myself, and because one of the things that starts to happen, and I hate to say it, but when companies start doing bad, they put us in charge. Now, one or two things can happen. Either the business fails and they could blame you, or you bring it back to life and then they replace you. Let me say that again. Maybe y'all ain't hear me. When stuff start going bad, that's when they start bringing in. This is when we need what is it? What they call that? Versatility. I can't remember what they call that. In the workplace, variety. It's not variety, but it's a fancy word that diversity. We need diversity, and they bring you into a struggling situation. And if the situation fails, they say, "This is why we don't hire y'all." And if it succeeds, they replace you. I done seen it in about 5 different organizations, in my lifetime. Just watch it. Watch success come, and as success come, they start replacing those that made it successful. And unfortunately, it'd be us. Because we come into situations like, yo, this opportunity, I'm gonna go boom, boom, boom. We there late till late at night. We fix it up. We get it together. Get everything. Thank you, Brother Kwame. Brother Kwame saw me struggling with it. It's diversity. And then they bring you in, you fix it, or it sinks. You fix it, they bring somebody else in, and slowly but surely make it so uncomfortable that you have to leave. They don't touch your pay, but they put you in a situation where the shots that you was calling at one time you could no longer call. But I wanted to salute the sister that's here, because I thought I would come down and meet her. But I mean, it was such a pleasant conversation. I said, "Listen, I want to come down there. I want to meet you. I just wish you was here just a little bit earlier, because maybe you could have helped shape the decision we making." Also, I want to send shouts out to Brother Cleve. Yep, brother Cleve. You know, when he acting up, he that Cleveland. But you know, I got a call from his history teacher, and it turns out that Cleve is a history dude. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I'm like, wow. I said, okay. So now I see why you kind of struggling with your math. You know, Cleve like that, like the history. It looked like he might be fault because with the history come the stories. Uh oh. My God, a hot temp 3.0. You know what I'm saying? Hot temp 3.0. But we don't. Who knows? You know, we prepare the way for our young people, and you know, hope for the best. You know what I'm saying? You know, but what we need to do is put ourselves in position to know that the best is coming, and that's what we're trying to do at Gye-Nyame Journey. You know what I'm saying? Be like, yo, man, you get all these opportunities to fail. You know what I'm saying? But we gonna, you know, long as your heart is in what you're doing, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna help you find where it is that you are successful. And that's the goal. That's the goal here. Bring out the best in you, right? That's why we toast these ancestors, because we standing on the shoulders of giants. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes I just want to make sure that people understand and feel the fact that, you know, because we kind of discount some of our ancestors because they're not the big name variety, right? The big names. We want to jump right past some of our personal ancestors because they're not the big names. But for you, they were the world. And you need to go on and make sure the people know that. Brother Kwame said we have to introduce math to him from a history. There you go. You know what I'm saying? See, and that's why the ancestors brought people like you around me. I mean, and of course, you have the skills to do that. I don't necessarily have the skills to do that. I have the skills to, you know, boom, check out this story, check out this story. I'm trying to get him to read Tony Browder's From the Browder File, but it's almost like pulling teeth. You know what I'm saying? But he's reading, but he's doing a lot of reading of anime, and family. We have to understand. You know what I'm saying? You might not understand the anime, right? But you don't have to discount it. If your child is reading that, you know what I'm saying? That means that the vocabulary is going up. This means that he's able to follow a story. You know what I'm saying? And to make it a little bit more interesting for them as well as you. You know what I'm saying? Grab one of those books, quiz them on it. Have them tell you the story. You know, every now and then I, you know, try to have an anime conversation with Cleve, but he off into some other stuff. You know, I'm Dragon Ball Z type thing. You know, every now and then, I like Death Note too. That was a real good one. What else is it? It's a character called Leolis in there. Fairy Tales. That was real good. Kenichi, the greatest disciple. You know, but those are kind of old right now. But you know, but the young people got a lot of stuff coming out that you could go on and follow. And I mean, like even with watching, see, because like with TV, let me see, we have to draw the correlation between discipline and that particular interest. That's right, the hook, finding the hook, right? Finding the hook. You know what I'm saying? Because it's only one step away from understanding a story structure, how a story work. You know what I'm saying? To writing a story. You know what I'm saying? You read a story, and it's a simple step once you understand the basic framework for writing the story. You know what I'm saying? You understand that basic framework. And it don't have to be exact, but once they find out that formula, you might be surprised at what they might be able to create or where they will go with it. But anyway, let's get to this libations. Let's see. Let's go and see this tea. I got this tea fermenting over here. That was so underwhelming. Got a little bit of ambrosia mixed in with the tea. So what I did was I fermented this tea first, And then after that batch of ambrosia was done, I poured a little ambrosia in it. Y'all remember this bottle. I slowed down on it a little bit. All right, so family, those of you that might be interested in that ambrosia, I won't be producing it possibly until late August, early September. I'm gonna have to get settled and figure out a system, by which I can bring it to you. But with that, let's go on and let's do. Yeah, we getting a little bit smoother with it over here, Gye-Nyame Journey. And like I said, so Kwame, when you get your show together, I'm gonna put you together some commercials. I'm putting Avita together some commercials. I gotta do something for. I need to find out when CeeLo want to do hers, and I think I'm gonna do the Cleveland Brown ramen noodle challenge. You know what I'm saying? Cause listen, that boy listen, that boy could make some damn ramen noodles, man. Dry noodles or the refrigerated noodle. Man, I'm like, dude, I mean, you live in a college lifestyle and don't even know it. You know what I'm saying? Take it around. Man, listen, y'all seen some of the pictures that I posted up for them ramen noodles. This boy live in a college lifestyle and don't even know it. I'm like, man, dog, listen. We just used to just do the packets. I never thought about putting the vegetable. You know what I'm saying? He take some vegetables and I'll be like, yo, I just, Africanize it for me just a little bit. Throw that palm oil in there. You know what I'm saying? I'll be like, oh my God, this look good. And he got the little presentation to it and everything. Like, nice little big bowl. I said, Cleveland, man, you gifted. You know what I'm saying? And it's just a matter because in African openings to the Tree of Life, it's called the lure. Kwame called it the hook. In the African openings to the Tree of Life, they talk about giving the young people a lure to mastery. A lure. You know what I'm saying? And it's like we throw them in these institutions and expect for them to stumble on a lure. No, we have to go on and help them find a lure. Because what starts to happen is, because I was riding with my grandson yesterday, and he's approaching a point in his life where he has to make major decisions because he graduated yesterday. So he has major decisions to make, and the uncertainty, and I remember being there, that the uncertainty of what's next, the uncertainty of where you going with your life, and living up to other people's expectations, it can be scary. You know what I'm saying? Living up to your own expectations, living up to what all the stuff that you're seeing. I'm 18, I'm 19 years old, and I haven't got a Benz yet. So we have to be aware of this stuff, and we got to kind of let them know it's okay. I didn't know what I wanted to do for a very long time. Follow what is it that you love? And that's what I started talking with them about. You know what I'm saying? What should I do? I mean, what is it that you love? Because, right now, we're going to have to find a way for you to support yourself. And especially, just imagine graduating during these times, right? I mean, just imagine that. Those of you that's older, imagine graduating during the time when the economy is, in a sense, bottoming out, and the whole economy is shut down. Imagine it, right? You stuck in a house. You ain't got nothing to do. When you did have a job, your job shut down. So now, what are you to do? So we got to go and encourage our young people to find things that they love, so that even when they're at home, even when they're locked in their home, they could use their hands, they could use their mind, they could create, they could do the thing that they love to do, regardless of what's going on around them. They don't need the shop, they don't need the office. They could get up here and do what I'm doing right now. You know what I'm saying? Maybe instruct people online. I mean, because that is a growing field, you know, and that's where we are right now, as far as Gye-Nyame. So let's go and do this toast. First off, giving honor to the Creator by whatever name you choose to call it Creator. We lift up our glass. We salute the Creator, and we say, Ashe. It smells kind of good. Look at the bubbles at the bottom. Next, family, what do we do? You know, doing this right now just made me think about another drink. Because, you know, at the end of the last bottling process, I put honey in at the bottom. You know, I put honey in at the end of the process and let it sit a little bit longer. Now, I couldn't do it this time because I bought I had so many orders that I had to buy. I couldn't get the individual containers, right? It was cheaper just to buy a half a bucket. That's 30 pounds. So I couldn't distribute it like I usually would. So I had to just pour it in and make it all sweet. But maybe I might do a fermented tea ambrosia mix. But we'll see. We'll see as time go on. So we move from the Creator. We're going to move to our ancestors. We lift up our glass and we salute our ancestors. And here we go. Miles Brown, Miss Ann, Robin and Texana Davis, Herman Brown Sr., Rosalie Tilley, Georgia William Walter, Christian Fanny Gasson, Aunt Lena, Uncle Chris, Aunt Fiend, Cleveland and Geneva Brown, Margaret Ellis, Wash Ellis, Cecil Ellis, Alvira Brown, Gina Gaines, Herman Brown II, Barbara Twiggs, Wash Ellis Jr., Katie Ellis, Nikki Ellis, Jamon Jones, Jeremiah Tappan, John Fallard, Montague Pittman L, Normal X, Pet Ma Ra, Malika Fakour, Dr. Marianne Williams, Kojo Kamal, Elder Farmer, Elder Millie Dixon, Tony Clark, Pastor Yusuf Weston, Elder Ajani, Elder Ron Coleman, Elder Robert Donaldson, Alfred Brofro, Actor Jr., J. Edwards, Carlisle Harris, Grace Lundy, Agnes Harris, William B. Moss, Brothers Rose, Sterling and Lucy Wright, Derek L. Pulling and Luxor Brothers, Miss Eda Brooks Crawley, Miss Reen Nelson, Miss Frederick Crawley Sr., Miss Jerry Brunson, Mr. Alonzo Johnson, Miss Marie McDowell, Janice Foster, Charles Jordan, Kel Smith, Walter Smith, Richard Triggs, Francis Johnson, Mary Franklin, Jimmy Williams, Daniel Ford, George Gibson, Nana Loretta Clark, Inez McCrae, Fritz Clark, Frankie Justice, Katie Justice, Derek Rinderman, Virginia Rogers, Reverend James Smith, Lois Henderson, Kevin Spratling, Mary Elizabeth Walker, Raymond Walker Sr., Sarah Jane Carter, Michael Ford Jr., Kennedy Russell, Susie B. Smith, Teresa Clay, Melville Hodge, Jr., Herman Copeland, Mildred Mitchell Owens, Booker T. Bowden, Charlie Hunt, Sammy Stover, Hilda Pearson, Sturgeon Thornton, Richard Thornton, Lavinia Hall, Freeman Bankster, Mary Moss, Sophia Peacock, Willie Thornton, Napoleon Kennedy, Mark Ramsey, Paul Ramsey, Matt Ramsey, David Ramsey, Charles E. Thornton, Frankie E. Quells, Bernice Quells, Ernestine Jackson, Frankie Johnson, Teresa Mormon, Leon Johnson, James W. West Sr., James Barham, Dana Jones, Henry World, James Farmer, Mary Chavez, Leon Grace, Bessie Johnson, Hallie Levester, Mary Moreland, Paul Moreland, Elder Caleb, Rosemary Martinier, Elder Amitep Wellman. I skipped a whole part of the list. I blanked out once again, and I skipped a whole part of the list. So we stopped at Elder Amitep Wellman at the bottom, but in the middle, somewhere along the lines, so I'm going to go with Mary Walker, Jimmy Williams, Daniel Ford, George Gibson, Nana Loretta Clark, Inez McCrae, Fritz Clark, Frankie Justice, Katie Justice, Derek Rinderman, Virginia Rogers, Reverend James Smith, Lois Henderson, Kevin Spratling, Mary Elizabeth Walker, Raymond Walker Sr., Sarah Jane Carter, Michael Ford Jr., Kellen D. Russell, Susie B. Smith, Teresa Clay, Melvin Del Hodge Jr., Herman Copeland, Mildred Copeland, Jenny Clay, Bert Beatty, Sarah Well, Levita Farmer, Agosto Sue, Shell Harvey, Aunt Charmaine, Aunt Evelyn, Theolis Hasbury, Harvey Hasbury Sr., Leonard Dixon, T.C. Islam, Terrell Dunbar, Will Thomas, Sarah Berry, Mark Walsh, Merle B. Thornton, Pearl G. Thornton, Ida Johnson, Florence M. Carter, Joanne Thornton, Erica Tricia Lewis, Juanita Wright, Robert Wright, George Wright, Mary Eliza Frederick Davis, Mary Elizabeth Rogers, May Esther Keachler Reese, Linda Watson, Hammonds, Jarrell Giles Watson, Sparrow, Slimmy, Selvin, Lewis, Selvin Lewis, Andrew Holmes, Pearl Moore, Percy Moore Jr., Mildred Owens, Booker T. Bowden, Charlie Hunt, Sammy Stover, Hader Pearson, Surgeon Thornton, Richard Thornton, Lavina Hall, Freeman Bankston, Mae Moss, Sophia Peacock, Willie Thornton, Napoleon Kennedy, Mark Ramsey, Paul Ramsey, Matt Ramsey, David Ramsey, Charles E. Thornton, Frankie Quells, Urania Thornton, Brandy Quells, Ernestine Jackson, Frankie Johnson, Teresa Mormon, Leon Johnson, Charles Bell, Vivian Ramsey, S.C. Johnson, Delrita Johnson, Leon Johnson, James W.S. Sr., James Parham, Dana Jones, Henry World, James Farmer, Mary Chavez, Leon Grace, Bessie Johnson, Adley Lester, Mary Moreland, Paul Moreland, Elder Caleb, Rosemary Martinier, Amatet Wellman, Fred Douglas Triggs Sr., Thelma Triggs, Thomas and Lula Berry, Lacey Eleanor Howe, Frank Rosen Davis, Fred Douglas Triggs Sr., Fred Douglas Triggs II, Peter Triggs, Reverend Eddie Moore, Helen Fuller, Eugene Jackson Sr., Richard Ellis, Silas Alexander, Charles Maxwell, Percy May Alexander, Arthur Reynolds, Stanley Lockhart, Ricky Lockhart, William Lockhart, Woodrow Lockhart, Brenda Porter, Deacon Hargrove, Carlos Sawyer, Andrew Parker, Doris Donald, Ellis Murphy, D'Amico Russell, Delamont Aries, Gina Roop Jones, Jana Callahan. We have William Walter West, Nigel Parrish, Elder Basiji Filani, Jim Robinson, Gladys Johnson, Valerie Clark, John and Mary Sullivan, Dirk Johnson, Antonio Johnson, Denise Waters, DeFridas Hines, Inez Bostic, Edna Bostic, Winifred Scantleberry, Wilson Headley, Elma Hines, Phyllis Lee, Eugene Spradling, Kevin Spradling, Charles Wooden, Penny Brown, Roy Lee Printup Jr., Miriam Johnson, Wilbur Longmire, Edith Candy, Janice Carter, Michael Carter, Leon Pina Carter, Margaret Carter, William Carter, Lisa Jordan, Charles Lee Mosley, Dorothy R. Blair, Ransom Evans Sr., Sam Evans Sr., Elon Blair Sr., Edward Stevens, Sue Ann Stevens, Joe Davis, Timothy Butler, Gene Holmes, Dana Jones, Peter Charles, Christy Nichols, Cardinal Robinson, Rosemary Charles, Ada Pearl, Bob Ingalls, Jack Wallace, Warren M. Finch, Warren P. Finch, Tim Ingalls, Audrey Finch, William Billingsley Jr., Jennifer Sensabaugh, Hazel Gaston, Jerry Brantley, Brian Watson Jr., Kaniko Parsons, Jason Cathy Bradford, Thomas Bradley, also known as Uncle Buki, also known as Gypsy. We got Reverend Roosevelt Word I, Stacey Trash, Frank Smith, Mother Bertha, Michael Leonard, David Brown, Ruth Carter, June Cox, Ruth Cox, Paula Cox, Ronald Irvin, Judy Hubbard, Irene Johnson, Francis Booth Jefferson, Dan Wilkerson Sr., Emma McClendon, Jerry Dorr, Mina Robinson, Mary Nichols, Patricia Williams, Shabaka Teray, Greg G2 Gibson, Donna Hill, Richard Glebus, Lee Irby, Tommy Irby, Boy Irby, Jim Gaucher, George and Hallie Johnson, Archie Morgan Armstead, Diane Scott, Erica Armstrong, Claire Fox, Jean Evans, Archie Beck, Anna McGill, Charles McDaniel, Christine Cottrell, I'm Becca, Alice Arnold, Arthur Arnold, Hattie Reed, Charles Reed, Eula and Andrew Baker, Patricia and Edwin Brooks, Gwendolyn and Bob Hatch, Kimball Vernon, Bradley Kim, Janie Harriet McKay, Spencer Sturgis, Sally Mae Baker, Ethel Baker, Creola Baker, Geneva Baker, Aaron Nino Baby Hatch, Senior, Mally Miller, Housie Hatch, Dad Cleveland, Mother Gibson, Ags Nixon, John Bowie, Lester and Rachel Saunders, Dorita Ross, Riola Ross, Robert Nelson, Francis Stevenson, Leroy Stokes, Neely Johnson, Fletcher Swan, Maddie and Charlie Scott, Ida Casey, Thomas Coper, Vivian Stevenson, Mona Ann Lewis, Cornetta Lyman Lewis, John Jackson, William Dallas Lewis, Mae Francis, Chappelle Jackson, Michael Slade, Joanne Perkins, Richard Jackson, Martha Ford Dawson, Big Mama, Nanny Harris, Eva Ford, James Harrison, Margaret Towns, Mary Williams, Leroy Q. Heath Sr., Albert Moore, Miss Vanilla, Albert Motley, Geraldine Elizabeth, Douglas Thompson, Elton Houston, Lud Alls, Elijah Alls, Jerome Alls in West Staten, Joe Jamel Alls, Ann Pierce, Donald Carter, Lily Green, Nathan Green, Beth Vaughn, John Dewey, Ruth Beer, Tim Butler, Raymond Laura Newton, J.B. Foggy, Thomas Newton Sr., Barbara Naeem, Jeanette Sanders, Jerry C. Sanders, Roy Pruitt, H.J. Brantley Sr., Henry Wilson, Rufus Jenkins, Minnie Wilson, Catherine Sanders, Muriel Ellis, Elizabeth Sanders, Henrietta Irby, Mildred Armstead, Margaret Armstead, Catherine Anthony, Ruby Brown, Charles Walker Sr., Charlie Walker, Cecil Russell, Diane Urban, Haroon Phillips, William Ford, Margaret Logan, Phyllis Barnett, Lee Urban Sr., Michael Urban, Ozella Watson, Hugo Watson, John Caldwell Sr., Robbie Lee Caldwell, Nevaeh Mitchell, Ron McCormick Sr., Sabrina Easley, Rashawn Easley, Javon McCormick, Barbara Ann Reed, Dorothy Ann Reed, John Reed, Chekamaha Reed Jr., John Reed Jr., Patricia Reed, Edward R. Benson Sr., Ethel H. McNair, Lloyd Fernandez, Jacqueline Broadus, Reginald Albert, Mazarin Coper, George Swan, Imania Grayson, Charles Scott, Charles H. Scott, Michael Morgan, Charlene Morgan, Sybil Everett McNabb, Annie Ferguson, William Ferguson, and Shelby McClendon. We move to the Black Book. And in the Black Book, we have Joella Giles, James Carswell, Liberta Adams, lovingly known as Aunt Sis. We have Elder Shaka McNair, Anthony Brown, Jonathan Ford, Lottie Gaucher, Cousin Tony, Michael Johnson, James Jimmy Johnson, Barbara Shang Lewis, Ronald Sheldon Jr., Damian Top, Christina Banks, Joseph Bingham, Quincy, Mama, Aunt Lady, Abraham Isaac Cundiff, Aunt Barbara Lewis, Renee Johnson, Joy, Ryan Ross Riggins, Jermonte, Marcus Price, Ness Words, Marshawn McHale, Demetrius Beard, Herb Jepson, Ralph Mickens, Eric Walker, Quasi Sample, Candace Simmons, Sermon Clayton, Leonard Jones, Sonny Garner, Melvin Scott Sr., Elder Clarence Lump, Elizabeth Johnson, Frank Smith, Stacy Trice, Denise Correa, Nathaniel Hassan Turner, Khalid is in transition, Nigel Turner, Demetrius Lewis Flynn, Alberta Woods, Geneva Simmons, Daniel Tilley, Angeline Gantz, Reaper, Oscar Kane, Audrey Gripper, Dominic Nichols, Ruthie Lane Johnson, Teresa Sambu, Maxine, Uncle James, Henry Manga III, Tamara Dowdy, Nicole Hayes, Julia Taylor, Richard Bozeman II, Ruth Carter, John Carter, Mr. Thornton, Johanna, DeSandra Lynette Lewis, Henderson Mosley, Charles Jordan, Henry Essex II, Fannie L. Webb, Dan Walton, L.L.T. Sue Walton, Emma Walton, James Randolph Giles, Sonny, Pete Walton, William Walton, Fred Powers. We have Elijah Juan Hakeem and Coleman, Alberta T. Davis, Charles Davis, Willie R. Mackey, also known as Dr. Cream Mackey, Victor Bowden, Drusilla Kitty Berger, Lucy White, Robert Lee White, Emma Jean White Talton, Roger Wright, R.L. White, Jesse White, Ruby Jewel White, Johnson Carl White, Desi Woods, T.Lar Woods Lennox, Jim Woods, Lizzie Woods, Juanita Alexander Brown, Cynthia Ann Wright, Richard Dorsey, Annie Simpson, Jamara Simpson, Regina Hopkins, Joseph Simpson, Nettie Dorsey, Eleanor Hopkins, Edward Webster, Alice Webster, Ivy Webster, Arnella Willis, Ethel Lane, Samanda Damon, Ethel Marshall, Steve Dougie Shelton, William Bill Walker, Carl Rico Johnson, Kim Grace, Stuart A. Johnson, Edward Young III, Isaac Jackson Sr., Drusilla Merle, Wayne Young, Christina Young, Thomas Young, Frank Merle, Sylvester Foster, James and Lizzie Winston, Abe and Julia Lawrence, Ozell Leathers Sr., Gladys Kofer, Ozell Leathers Jr., Geneva Jackson, R.J. Lacey, also known as Tooth to Don, Xavier Winston, Chris Kinney, Margaret Minter, Mary Smith, Juanette, Florine Stith Gibbs, Carl William Duncan Jr., Jana Callahan, Danny Hill, Miko D. Nice Hill, Andre Martin, Mabel Williams, Terry Brown, Teresa Biddle, Lavonna Kincaid, Carla Sawyer, Reverend Jesse Porter, Deacon Ezekiel Dennis, Brenda Porter, Craig Lee Jones, Granny Beulah, Papa Al Riesling, Inez Smith, George Gamble Sr., Joseph Garrett, LaShonda Jamar, Leroy Raleigh, Mona, Yolanda Hunter, Yvonne Patrice Turner, Herman Reeves, Amanda Reeves, Josh Reeves, Lena Kate, Herman Reeves, Pam Johnson, Vera and Reese Fisher, Jerry Jocelyn McCallum, also known as Mama Moon, Sheila Ann Lee, Panchita Alba. Family, once again, we have done it. We lift up our glass. We salute all of our ancestors. And once again, thank you for trusting me. I guess as the ancestor keeper, I don't know. You know, however it is. We lift up our glass and we salute and we say, Ashe. From there, family, we move on. And where do we move to? Of course, you know where we move. We will move into the present moment. We move into our time. We move into the time our ancestors gifted us. And today, family, we are on Nia, and we want to give all of the Nia babies a round of applause. So, we are on Nia, right? And oh man, you know, I'm asking, as I usually do, family, activate those reticular formations. We want to go out and we want to seek Nia because it is out there in the community. We know it's out there. It's just a matter of fact that we have to go out and we have to document it. The world will not expose your principles to you. It will only expose the principles that go to support that world. So in order for us to start building up the world we want, we have to start looking for the building blocks of that world on a daily basis, which is why I ask you to activate your reticular formation. Or as the proverb said last night, when a man says yes, the spirit says yes. I'm asking you to say yes to your principles. I'm asking you to say yes to seeking out your principles and sharing them. You know what I'm saying? Sharing them on your timeline, sharing them on Gye-Nyame Journey. Because I keep going back to make sure that people can post out on Gye-Nyame Journey on our page, on our main page. Not the group, but the page. You can post up on the page pictures of Nia. You know, hashtag Nia File, hashtag Nia in Motion, hashtag Nia in Action, hashtag Nia, hashtag Nia Baby, hashtag Nia Day. Just long as Nia is in it, we can find it, right? So, family, for those that don't speak the language, and if you don't speak the language, then you need to get up with our e-course. Get up with our e-course. Let me go and post it up, just in case it's somebody new. Now, one of the elders said that they wanted to check out the e-course. As a support member, all of our content on Gye-Nyame Journey is free to you. Now, some elders who are doing stuff in cash, we will find ways to make adjustments. So I got to find a way. I got to figure that out. As a matter of fact, I got to figure it out for the brothers and sisters that are tribal members, because we have a different. So let me figure that out. I know what to do. It came to me, Kwame. He was just that quick. I know exactly what to do. Yeah, because we could use Gumroad for that, and we could just house all this stuff on Gumroad. Yeah, let's do that. All right, so, let me think about that. All right, but anyway, but also on today, we also have the demonic principle of balance. We got the color yellow, as you see by my shirt. Make sure you get yourselves from some Gye-Nyame gear. We got rhythm, which is the Hermetic law. We got the male name for the day is Kofi, and female name Afua. And in this moment, we raise up our glass. We salute this moment. We salute the power in this moment. And before we move on, let me give you the proverb of the day. Proverb of the day. The proverb of the day. Proverb of the day. All right. It says, only the inner head will accompany the devotee on a long journey without turning back, said the knowledge holders. This for you, your interpretation. From the African Openness to the Tree of Life, we're using African Deep Thought Workbook. Only the inner head will accompany the devotee on a long journey without turning back, said the knowledge holders. Ooh, can I get some lightning, anime? Can I get some lightning, please? Lightning and thunder. Oh, yeah. All right, and once again, that book is being worked on as we speak, and it will be available soon. Of course, all those that are subscribing supporters or subscribing members, it'll be dropped down into your thing when we get it. All right. But those others, we're gonna push it. All right, family. So we lift up our glass, we salute this moment, and we say Ashe. From there, we're gonna move to our children, our children's children, on to infinity. We lift up our glass and we say Ashe. From our children, we move to all of our relations, and we lift up that glass. We toast all of our relations, and we say Ashe. From all of our relations, what do we have? Where do we go, right? From all of our relations, we are going to move. You ready? To that selfish toast. It's for you. What is it that you need right now? Take care of yourself. What is it that you need in this moment to move towards your greatness? Because your greatness will solve all your problems. Trust me. Right? You move to your greatness, you'll solve all your problems. And you may be able to solve some of the problems or help some of the people around you solve some of their problems. So move towards your greatness. Put on your mask first as the plane is going down, right? We lift up our glass and we say, Ashe. From there, family, we move and we salute the tribe. What's your tribe? Throw up your tribe. My tribe is Gye-Nyame. Saluting that tribe, right? Throwing that into the rotation now, right? Lifting up. Toast it. Toast them. Right? Ashe. From there, family, we move on. Last but not least, I want to toast the most magnificent, the most marvelous, the most wonderful, the most beautiful, the most uplifting, the most empowering individual in the room. I want to lift up my glass to you. And with that, we say Ashe. 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 ambrosia, that cool, refreshing drink. Well, this is ambrosia with the extra green tea. Kind of like that. Sort of like a light wine. Yes. Yes, y'all. All right. So we have done another toast, but once again, I need to remind y'all that you are now standing in the congregation of the mighty, the home of the stubborn minority, the place where your hustle builds muscle. This is Gye-Nyame Journey Media. I'm your host, Brother Hatim. That's me. And of course, this is a Heart of a Simple production, and we are on a daily toast. Where we strive to blow up your old paradigm. All right, so we gonna peruse the Gye-Nyame Journey timeline. We're gonna see what's popping off. Let me do that one. All right, so we on the timeline, and this is the visitor timeline. Let me let y'all know the numbers, because y'all been showing out. They say we got a reach of 31,000. In the last 28 days, we have reached over 31,476 people. That mean they might have saw a post or something. We got 5,000 post engagements, and they say that's down 30%. Both of those are down 30%. So during the last 28 days, family, y'all been showing out. Thank you. We got 57 page likes in the last 27 days. We're growing. I want to remind those of you that are on here. Now, unfortunately, Kwame, you won't be able to qualify, but Gye-Nyame Journey will be giving away $100. Right? I'm like I said, I want to get a little bit more settled before I do it. We're gonna scrape up this money, and we're going to give away $100. The only thing we ask is that you are a follower on our page, a follower, or you like the page, and also that you are on our mailing list. Okay, so we're gonna pick from the mailing list, and then we're gonna double check to make sure that you are on liking the page, and we will either PayPal you or Cash App you $100, right? And I guess, and I have to go back on something I said yes, and I guess that if an elder wins that don't, you know what I'm saying, that don't have a Cash App but don't have PayPal, we'll cut a check. All right, but anyway, I'll let you know about that. I gotta go. I want to put a short commercial together for that, and I want to make sure that everybody, whether they are following us or whether they like our page, that's in that circle, can get that. That's gonna be directly for people that's all in a sense, and it's gonna be because the way the commercial is gonna go out is gonna go out to people that like the page and friends of people that like the page. So we're going to push that out, and see if we get some growth here. All right, so going down the timeline. Now the piece that I want to look at is what our brother Nick Cannon said. You know what I'm saying? Like yesterday, I wanted to illustrate the fact that the lesson that I'm hoping that the family gets from this is that even, I want y'all to think about this, the Jewish culture as it is right now don't even accept any type of questions about who they are, where they're from, they will shut your ass down. Now, I want to see if what he said was super offensive, right? Because the only thing they're throwing on it is that Nick Cannon said anti-Semitic statements. So I want us to look critically at the statements that this brother made. And you know, and because, like I said, family, some of this stuff that we're setting up, other people are going to benefit from. You know, because that's how it works. All right, so let's go on. 39-year-old American television star Nick Cannon was fired by Viacom. He was fired. See, and you know, and now this gets to the point because I thought Nick Cannon was, I ain't gonna say, you know, but I know he well off. But I thought he had a little bit more ownership in his stuff. So he was fired. Then, you know, they stressed that fired by Viacom CBS on Tuesday. Or for us, Coogee Chaglia, July 14th, 2020. Remarks made by Nick Cannon during his YouTube podcast received a lot of backlash from his audience, thus prompting Viacom CBS to take such an extreme action. In the backdrop of Black Lives Matter movement, awareness and action around intolerant behavior against the African American community have increased. Did I read that right? In the backdrop of the Black Lives Matter movement, awareness and action, around intolerant behaviors against the African American community have increased. Nick Cannon has recently become one of the many celebrities who have been fired by major television networks due to their controversial comments. Nick Cannon podcast. What did Nick Cannon say? And that's the question that I wanted to ask. After an audio-only version of Nick Cannon podcast, Cannon Class of June 30th, 2020 was posted, Nick Cannon was denounced for supporting and even indulging in hate speech initiated by his guest, Richard Griffin. Professor Griff can't catch a break. Furthermore, Nick Cannon also said that it was a shame that Louis Farrakhan, who is a minister known for his story of anti-Semitic comments, had been silenced on Facebook. Now, still, I want to know what Nick Cannon said. Further, Nick Cannon was denounced for supporting and even indulging in hate speech initiated by his guest, Richard Griffin. So they said, what did Nick Cannon say? Now, check this out, because I want y'all to see the games that people play. So, what did Nick Cannon say? That's the question right here, right? So let's go on and see if they're going to tell us what he said. Nick Cannon said that it was a shame that Louis Farrakhan, who is a minister known for his history of anti-Semitic comments, had been silenced on Facebook. Now, what's wrong with this statement here? Right? Louis Farrakhan is an American citizen. He should have access to some of the same tools that a lot of other people have. And like I said, I have not seen proof of the anti-Semitic comments that I have been told that Minister Louis Farrakhan said. So just by associating or having a conversation about Louis Farrakhan, you can be black marked. Let me take that back. You can be white marked and labeled as an anti-Semite. But let's see if they go any further and tell us what to say. On the Nick Cannon podcast, Cannon's Class, Cannon claimed that he wishes to debate the idea of giving so much power to the Jewish community. Hold on. On the podcast, because let's see what he did. On Nick Cannon podcast, Cannon Class, Cannon claimed that he wished to debate. So he wanted to have a discussion. He wanted to have a discussion about the idea of giving so much power to the Jewish community. Let's highlight that. All right, let's see. Now, he wanted to debate, have a discussion, have an argument, a structured argument about the power that was given to the Jewish community. or that the Jewish community have. And even just with that, he enraged his viewers even further. How dare you question our power? How dare you? Whether it's true or not. You understand what I'm saying? Whether it's true or not. It was a question of debate, but they ain't even going to what it said. Enraging his viewers even further. He enraged them when he challenged their power. People challenge our power all the time. People challenge our validity all the time as a group. And we can't get them fired. We can't get them shut down. Come on, family. Come on, family. They, you know what I'm saying? In a sense, this is a motto for crushing anybody that talks against us. Anybody that even, see, because now I want to take our movement to a point where we able to, in a sense, put enough pressure on companies for anybody that even questions the idea of reparations. See, that's power. That's power. Nick Cannon had to step down, and now he's in a battle to try to get ownership of a show that has been on for years. But they probably won't even give him that. Enraging his viewers even further, he claimed that with so much power, the Jewish community was turning into Illuminati, the Zionists, the Rothschilds. All right. He claimed that with so much power, the Jewish community was turning into Illuminati, the Zionists, the Rothschilds. Okay. Now, that could have been dispelled in the discussion. Rather than getting the man fired, why not put somebody on that could go and debate and clarify if what he's saying is not true? No, we just get him out. And I could dig it. I'm not mad at it. I'm just saying, y'all laying out a playbook for me. Y'all laying out a playbook for Gye-Nyame. Cause shit. You can silence motherfuckers like that. I want that type of power. Cannon went on to add that African American people are Semitic people by definition, and that Semitic people are not white. Okay. All right. Prove them wrong. Make them look stupid. Prove him wrong. Right? Because if what he's stating is not fact, is not true, then it's a myth that's been flowing through the black community for a long time. Smash it. Smash it with truth. Show that it's a misunderstanding. Show that it's a lie. Right? That's all you have to do. But no, get rid of him. Fire him. Take his property. See, that's the playbook. You don't even get to question. You don't have the right to question us. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying that everybody that has any negative to say about reparations should be treated in the same fashion. What happened with Nick Cannon? Why was Nick Cannon fired? According to the reports of the media portal, a Viacom CBS spokeswoman said in a statement that the company thoroughly denounces all forms of prejudice, words against the Jewish community. Now, I want y'all to see, they denounced all forms against not everyone. Not everyone. Not everyone. Y'all see that? Not everyone. They look out for a singular community. Not all. Not all. You know what I'm saying? Prejudice, words denounce all forms of prejudiced words against the Jewish community. Okay. On Wednesday, July 15, 2020, Nick Cannon said in a statement on Facebook that he wanted to apologize to all his Jewish brothers and sisters for having put them in such a painful position. He said it wasn't his intention to hurt them. The comedian and television host said that unfortunately systematic racism is what this world was built upon. So I think something is missing there. The comedian, so we always got to backtrack and start apologizing, right? You know what I'm saying? They don't denounce all forms of systematic racism practice against black folks. It's not, especially owning some of the shit that they own. Maybe they need to be canceled until, you know what I'm saying, until they learn a lesson. Comedian television host said that unfortunately systematic racism is what this world was built upon. He also claimed that he only wanted to highlight the fact on the Nick Cannon podcast, Cannon's Class. He also claimed that he only wanted to highlight this fact on the Nick Cannon podcast, Cannon Class. Nick Cannon also took to Twitter on July 14th to claim that he had no malice in his heart and that he did not wish to spread hate. Since then, the comedian has posted several tweets on the subject and is informing his fans about the steps he's taking to educate himself. So he got to take a whole damn class. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. He got to educate himself. All right. You know, Trump folk run around here. You know, anyone who knows me, this is Nick Cannon. Anyone who knows me knows that I have no hate in my heart, nor malice intentions. I do not condone hate speech, nor the spread of hateful rhetoric. We are living in a time when it is more important than ever to promote unity and understanding. Okay. I just had the blessed opportunity to converse with Rabbi Abraham Cooper, Director of Global Social Action at Simon Wiesenthal. My first words to my brother was, I apologize for the hurt I caused the Jewish community. On my podcast, I use the words and I reference literature I assume to be factual to uplift my community. Instead, it turned out to be hateful propaganda and stereotypical rhetoric that pained another community. For this, I am deeply sorry, but now together we can write a new chapter of healing. All right, Nick. They done hemmed his ass up, right? Hemmed him up. And he had to backtrack. He had to go and apologize. You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying this. My issue is not the fact of whether he was right or wrong, right? I'm looking at this from a scope as a nation builder. This group of people have the power of unity to bring individuals and some institutions to their knees, and there's no reason why we can't do the same thing. It's certain things that in the Jewish community you cannot even question. You can't even have that discussion. I'm just saying it's time for us to do the same. It's certain things you shouldn't even question. What's wrong with that? So, all right, so let's go on. Let's move on down the timeline before I get canceled. Oh, my fault. I ain't making enough money to get canceled. Let's go. So we did tribal quotes last night. I'm sorry, I fell asleep at the end. Y'all know listen. I had it was 2 conference calls going on, and one was set up earlier in a sense in that day, and another one, was Simba Nation, and I am a supporter of Because Simba, let's put this, Simba had a conference call, and I have seen a lot of those brothers, but I didn't find out about the Simba meeting. Well, I ain't gonna say didn't find out. I didn't pay attention on the date and time until I got home. I got home about close to 8 o'clock, because I had a meeting and I left the office and I went back to the office and finished up on some stuff, and then I came here, and it was almost time for the show, so I had to get up off of there. So I think it was okay show. I mean, we got some information out. You know what I'm saying? We got some information out. Here's the new commercial for Dr. Mariba Kelsey's book. You go to Mariba Kelsey. Well, this is the special report. So I put this together because one of the things I'm learning is that a lot of the commercials that we do have, or that I did create, and that and that one that some of the young people creating, has to be quick. So y'all seen this, but I'm gonna show it again anyway. Let's enlarge it. Start over. All right, it's enlarged. Let's start it over. So now also, if you notice, it's in a box. So what I learned is that if you're going to advertise on Facebook and Instagram, it's best to do it in the box, because most people look at the phone vertically. All right. And it's only 25 seconds. All right, one more time, because because Brother Kwame is watching. So Kwame, what's going on is that there is a construction site, and you got the bricks moving and stuff, and it says nation building can be confusing unless you have a road map. Here is your starting point. So it got bricks and stuff around. And then Baba's book, 11 Steps, Considerations for Empowering African-Centered Organizations, pop up. Then a red, black, and green paintbrush go by and paint MaribaKelsey.com, wisdom from an elder to help us win. So just describing it for my brother. All right, let's go on back. Let me see. We got anything else? Oh, BBC, Google launches a digital hieroglyphic translator. You hear that, Kwame? Google launches a digital hieroglyphic translator. Or Google launches a digital metunetter reader. Metunetter. Or metunetter.
Sure, but first you'll have to unlock your device.
See, Google trying to do it for me right now. So let's go and read that, because we got people that have been studying this stuff for years, and I can't wait to be hearing some of the reviews from some of these brothers that's been reading this stuff for a long time. Google has launched a hieroglyphic translator that uses machine learning to decode ancient Egyptian language. The feature has been added to its arts and culture app. It also allows users to translate their own words and emojis into shareable hieroglyphs. Google says Fabricus is the first such tool to be trained via machine learning to make sense of what a hieroglyph is. In theory, it should improve over time as more people use it. Grand claims, deciphering findings. I'm not going to read all this. But broken text, y'all can read that for yourself. You can check it out, the hieroglyphic reader. Machine's gonna take you out. So in a minute, somebody gonna be in a meeting and be like, "That ain't what that say, Brother Kwame. That ain't what that say. That ain't what that say, Elder Long. That ain't what that. I don't care how long you been studying. Google said." But hey, that's why you got to be firm in what you know. So another thing, I gave my girls access to the program, at least when I'm around, for the program to be able to make commercials, and they went off. So since I ain't got a show tonight, when I come home tonight, I'm gonna let them loose and see what they do. But be expecting a show from them because they got their little. Let me see if I got it on here. Here we go. So for Brother Kwame, what was it? It's a big giant fireball, and it blows up and it goes across the screen, and it says, after the smoke clears, it say Gye-Nyame girls coming soon. So they doing their thing. I can't get mad at them. So we talked about a lot of stuff. So we got a lot of stuff to just do for our weekend toast and talk. I don't think we got any. There is no podcast. There's no Per Onk or Divine Conversation this weekend. So we'll be able to go on and talk a little bit more in depth. I'm really looking forward. Hold on. I think Brother Kwame said something. Let me double check. Brother Kwame said, I checked out the Antisa this morning, signed up, but still need some advice on how to proceed to the wallet aspect of it. Okay. I need to. All right, cool. He's supposed to be putting something together for that, but I might be able to walk you through. It says Jews are watching his show. Really? Brother Kwame said the Jewish onslaught by Tony Martin speaks to the threatening livelihood of would-be offenders of the Jewish community. Blueprint to guide the engineering and a roadmap to divine where next to build. Yep. Blueprint to guide the engineering and a roadmap to divine where next to build. That's right. We've been relying for some time on what others tell us what it says, and Google becomes our new master. Hey, but the issue is for us to know that if Google can make it, so can we. Now they got more money, but the piece is some of this technology at the rate of, like, for example, I got this laptop that we're using right now. It's already but it's already falling off. Now, I don't mean that. Don't take it personal. It has a Ryzen 5. So the next laptop I'm going to get is going to have a Ryzen 7, and possibly the laptop or the desktop that me and Cleve and my daughters, I'm going to let them participate in that too, is going to have like a Ryzen 7 or a 9. It's going to be able to handle a lot of stuff. And all of this like AI stuff they have access to, but we got to have the people that have the know-how to do it, which means that once we start finding our young people, right? Once we start finding our young people with those interests, we have to start being able to push them in directions and put a little bit of money behind it, right? Because I think one of the next things I want to talk to Gye-Nyame about is actually getting a digital printer. You know what I'm saying? Actually getting a digital printer. Actually getting a drone. You know what I'm saying, with the cameras, and get a couple of people out, get a rough run at first, but getting a drone so that we can have some overhead shots. So when we start doing our community events, not only can we stream directly from where we are, but we can send up a drone and be able to have it fly all the way around everything that we're doing. You know what I'm saying? Because we're going to have the commercials down. We're gonna have the newsletter down. We're gonna have the digital book creation down. We're gonna have the e-courses down, right? We're gonna have the daily getting information out to the people down, right? So now it's just a matter of us funneling the funds in order to go and start building up, in a sense, the ranks. Yes, a 3D digital printer. Yes, sir. I'm thinking about getting one because, like I said, the young people could go and learn how to make, just little like trinkets. They can learn to build stuff. You know what I'm saying? Shaka got his son. He got his son one up there, and his son is making chess pieces now and selling them. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, hey, whoa. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been thinking about 3D printing for a while. So between, because now, and this is what people have to understand, with the desktop computer, what's going to happen is that I want that to be so ahead of the curve for at least a year or 2 years, where it's going to be able to be on, and we'll be able to stream through that. Like with reruns and stuff, all our shows, we will be able to have enough room to put all of our stuff on there and be able to run reruns whenever we not live. All the time. Just be able to click, boom, goes on. Everything runs automatically. Then when we go on, we can cut that off, boom, and move back in. It also can read, and it'll stream directly to video as well as to the podcast. So we have a presence that's all the time. We can have a almost 24-hour presence. You know what I'm saying? On the internet, popping out news, popping out old information, as well as new information as we start building up the information. So we're looking for writers for the newsletter. We're looking for those people who have ebooks or ideas for ebooks. We're looking for people who have ideas for e-courses. You know what I'm saying? Because here at Gye-Nyame, we can help you put all that together, and we could put it right into our Ugenomics network. And not only will you be able to produce an income for yourself or for your organization, but you will be able to spread the wealth with other people that can help you promote that thing. So we all come up. We have a system of reciprocity where we all could build. And like I said, it's just a little bit. All it needs is like that priming. Like, when they say the water, you got to prime the pump. We at the point now where we are able just to prime the pump just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, and especially once we get up to at least 100 followers, the stuff we're going to be able to do just with 100 followers is going to be ridiculous. And it's going to jump to 1,000 followers soon after that. Because one of the major pieces that hold us back from doing a lot of stuff is time. What starts to happen when we are able to purchase some of our people time, even on a part-time basis? This 2 hours every day, I want you to dedicate straight to Gye-Nyame work. Just this 2 hours. I can only afford these 2 hours. These 2 hours I want you to dedicate to this project. And we be able to cut them a check. Because that project or that product that they're working on will be able to generate income, because we are every time we put our minds to something, we are creating creating a commodity that can be exchanged. And we really got to start looking at it like that, family. We really got to start looking at it, because a lot of us, we're giving our commodity, we're giving our time away to people that don't give a damn about us, and we know this. Like I said, this whole reciprocity economic structure, this whole Ugenomic structure can be used to help you free yourself enough where you get some time. You know what I'm saying? Because this COVID lifestyle, I'm loving this shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not loving the fact that there's people died and there's risk, but the being able to stop and to, in a sense, take a breath. Never experienced that I can remember. You know, when I was sitting in my grandmother's lap or sitting in my mother's lap when I was a baby. Well, I was too young to really know what was going on and got those big cousins looking out for me. But soon as I became conscious enough to be able to handle business, the pressure has been on every day. And for, a 3-month period, shit has, in a sense, been turned off. And I'm looking around, I'm being like, damn. And even though I realized it before, but I never realized it more than now, because it's like we're in need when we don't really need to be in need, because we're not creating commodities for us. We're creating commodities for others. And that commodity could be you teaching in the classroom. That commodity could be you designing something at a job. That commodity could be you answering the phone with a pleasant voice and maintaining clients for somebody else. You know, let's learn how to benefit ourselves from our own personal skills. That's all I'm saying. But family, this is Brother Hatim. I'm not going to bore you. I'm not going to bore you anymore. We're going to go on and we're going to transition out. Oh, that's much too slow. Okay. All right, that's cool. That worked. All right, so let you leave on these.
Women, but the most important goddesses were black, not just for the African now in the civilization of the Greeks. The Greek was so profoundly affected by the Africans that the goddess of chastity was a black woman, Artemis. The goddess of wisdom was a black woman, Minerva. The goddess of beauty was a black woman, Diana. And many of their great mythological figures which were critical to the vision of history, the history of the Greeks in the Odyssey. The woman who draws, who has the power to draw Odysseus and all his crew into her, is Circe, who is represented as a black woman with African features on the Greek vases. The woman who helps Jason win the Golden Fleece is a black woman, Medea. The woman who marries Perseus, the Greek hero,
question too. It can be on the record, off the record. It can be on the record. I heard Bob Johnson said he's talking to the higher powers, I guess the government, about our reparations. And I guess the numbers that they come up with were about 3. His name is Saul, here in Ngozi, Northern Light Shopping Center. You want more than just a nice cut? Good conversation, good vibe, good music. Come see me at 3512 Cleveland.
genius. My ancestors were geniuses. My ancestors have made me a genius in all that I think, say, and do. I must declare myself a genius. I am a genius. Whenever I am myself, I practice my geniusness and do great things. All my thoughts, choices, and deeds must express my geniusness.
I am a genius. My decisions must always be in the best interest of myself, my family, my people, and my God. Only then will I and everyone I know that I am a genius.
I am a genius. At all times, my geniusness must reflect my culture. My geniusness must serve my God. My geniusness must make me be one in love and harmony with my family. My geniusness must protect my people. Yes, at all times, I must demonstrate excellence because I am a
The African Heritage Diet consists of 6 lessons. Lessons where we reach back to our African heritage to find culturally appropriate health and wellness practices that help us to move forward as a people that are whole in mind, body, and spirit. Lesson 1 is herbs and spices. Lesson 2 are greens. Greens is the widest part in the base of the African Heritage Diet food pyramid. So many greens should be consumed. And as you move up the pyramid, those are the things that you consume in lesser proportionate amounts. Whole grains, lesson 3. Beans and rice, lesson 4. Tubers and mashes, lesson 5. Lesson 6. Fruits, vegetables, and a healthy lifestyle.